Okay, fall apart. One of my favorite phrasal verbs. It is very, very versatile. So, what do we know about fall apart?
Maybe
Does it
like
seem like a positive thing or a negative thing?
okay,
Negative.
like maybe
Negative.
yeah. Okay.
Tell us, Nacho.
So I was thinking about more neutral, like could be both or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I guess it could be both. It could be, but
Fall
I
apart.
think it's usually a bad thing. Okay, any
Okay,
more?
okay,
Can we elaborate? Any more examples or what comes to mind when you think of fall apart?
okay. I don't know if it's something related, but maybe like putting away something or trying to.
No,
No.
but good try. Mara
Okay.
or Alba?
I think it's like it's destroy it, like falling into pieces, like vanish, something like that.
Very good. Yes, you got it. So there you go. Something breaking into pieces. And
Mm.
often it is being destroyed or completely destroyed. So it is inseparable and intransitive. So we can never put anything between the word fall and apart. It always has to stay together, fall apart.
Mm.
And you can never fall apart something. You cannot do it to a thing. It's just something that happens. So I have some examples for you guys. So something like a muffin, a nice, warm, fresh, soft muffin that you take a bite out
Mm.
of it and then the muffin falls apart, right? So into little pieces. Also relationships. So a marriage could
Mhm.
fall apart. Families can fall apart. And then something like a very stressful situation that could cause you to basically, yeah, not be able to function mentally the way you should. So you could fall apart in a job interview or just in general, like maybe if you were going through a divorce or illness, then you could say, I just fell apart at that point in my life, like kind of like having a nervous breakdown. So pretty negative.
Yeah, actually, it is.
Yeah.
All right. All right. So let's start with the first question. And remember to try to use the phrasal verb fall apart. And just before we get rolling, if we wanted to use fall apart in the past, what would be the past form of fall apart?
Falls
Fell.
apart.
Fell.
Fell. Very good. Yes, Alba's. Alba's our grammar lady for the night. Okay. So our first question is, in what situation might you fall apart?
Uh, well, I fell apart when a girlfriend just broke with me, so I totally fell apart with
Oh,
about
Nacho.
Or
that.
maybe if you're living in a country in which the situation is really bad, you can say, "Oh, my country is falling apart." I think.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Alba?
Or when you argue with some people who love them and you fall apart with. Can you
Yeah,
say
if it's
I
a really
fall apart yourself, myself?
no, no. So it
No.
is
Okay.
intransitive, so you can never have an object immediately after
Okay.
it. Yeah, so you would just
Mm.
say, I fall apart. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like my sister, she's terrible at arguing. She just falls apart during an argument. So I get really angry and I start shouting and I give her all the reasons why I'm right, and then she just starts crying. So, which is actually a good strategy because it ends up winning. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, for you.
And we didn't mention the food. I think that the food can fall apart.
Yeah, it was an example about muffins, right? So something like a warm
Yeah.
muffin, it would fall apart. Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Can you think of any celebrities whose marriage has fallen apart?
Okay,
A lot. No.
Yes. Pretty much think of any celebrity.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, they fell apart
Uh,
the marriage totally,
Yes, good. So
totally
in this
unstable.
case, yeah, in this case, you cannot say they fell apart, the marriage. You have to say the marriage fell apart or their
Okay, the
marriage
marriage
fell
mm.
fell
apart.
apart.
Yep. Yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind for me too.
Yeah.
Poor Jennifer Aniston. All right. What kinds of buildings usually fall apart during an earthquake?
Like normally the ones made by wood or really soft, they fall apart really quickly.
Really? Wood buildings?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? I don't really know, but I feel like wood is flexible. Like maybe like you'd have a chance if it was wood.
Mm,
Skyscraper?
Skyscrapers? If they're not
Maybe
properly.
very old, very old building.
Yeah, old ones would fall apart.
Sure.
Maybe if they weren't properly reinforced. I always think of brick buildings, right? Like apparently when things shake, the
okay.
bricks
Mm,
kind of start to shake
yeah.
out. Okay, that was a cheerful conversation. Fall apart. Fall apart, the big downer.